Hi, this is Elitom El-amin, Breatharian. And here I am in wonderful Venice Beach, California, right next to Los Angeles here. And it's a wonderful place to be. And being on this Breatharian campaign, the whole mission is to educate people into the holistic lifestyle. Not the Breatharian message, because the Breatharian message, that's just a word we're using. But living as a Breatharian, if we used to say that word, living on Prana, is a holistic lifestyle. It's just taking it to another level. But to educate people what it is and what it's not, that's what it's all about. And we're in an age that fitness and health, as we looked at it in the past, had a roof on it. We all understand that the physical body, as it appears, it goes through wear and tear, and it has limits on it. But when you learn the energy portion of yourself, on how to cultivate yourself, the energy continues. So this is the great age we're in, as we learn more about free energy on all levels, not just dealing with external devices such as cars and different things that we're making. We're also learning about more energy on how to use it in our bodies, in our well-being. Now we're in a great age too, because even the medical field is backing a lot of this up, because they're showing you now, due to the internet, due to the different resources you can look up. It all depends what you're looking up. They'll show you the medical benefits of fasting. I'm looking at my cousin Steven's Glenn's post. Whatever sustains you. I was over his house. Whatever sustains you. But that's what we're talking about. This ain't about putting people down on what they're eating and stuff like that. Not at all. Somebody being better than the other. We're just getting an understanding about whatever energy you're under. You're taking full responsibility, because you are creating your reality. And if you're happy at what you're doing, that's what counts overall. Because there's some people that will go for things that they think will make them higher energetically and spiritually, but will find themselves miserable because they rip themselves from the wholeness of everybody else, and that's not what we're talking about at all. But as we educate on this journey, and as we bring more people into it, California is a good place. As I went across America, hitting all these places, and the hunger of knowledge for people wanting to learn more is here like never before. And California is known for it, because if you can come here and really shake things up, it's going to go all around the world. California is one of those places. That's why they say yoga started in California. That's a joke, but what they mean is they knew how to package it, know how to get it out there, know how to spread it. So it's the same way here in California. I'm launched here now, and we're starting a Breatharian, not just a retreat, but also a headquarters, basically an establishment, where it will be going 24/7 for people who want to really know more about a place that specializes on this subject of dealing with energy flow, taking meditation to another level, and eating very little, going to the levels of cultivating yourself where you can eat none at all. This isn't far-fetched, because even a physicist on this planet would tell you basically we are light beings. We work with energy. That is our basic foundation. And you can do it when you start working with yourself on that type of level. The growth is up to you. Now here I am at a wonderful place called the Mystic Journey, and this is in Venice Beach here. And this is wonderful that they opened up the place for us, to where I'm going to start conducting weekly classes teaching here in California. One place, it will be up in Sherman Oaks, but I'm also here in Venice Beach, where, look at this place they gave me here. Look at this crystal. High energy place. Look how it's really done up here. So we'll be actually having a space, working once a week, every Thursday, in this space, for people who's in the area, or if you're ever traveling to California, you know where we'll be at, actually working with the meditation, the Breatharian idea. Because you got to be educated on many different levels. Just don't get one level of knowledge about vegetarianism and act like that's all it is. Absolutely not. This goes on and on and on, dealing with human development of pure human potential. And again, look at this energy they have in this place. This is where we'll be conducting a lot of our classes at. And a lot of the staff here, and we met people already, has already said, sign me up. Everybody has a hunger to want to go into some type of empowerment. That's what it's about. It's about power again, so that you can live the best life that you want to actually, truly want to live. And no matter how much materialism or how much money you get, I've seen enough already. You cannot enjoy it if you allow this vehicle to go down due to lack of self-knowledge. So that's all we're doing, is we're not educating ourselves on how we fully operate. Now, of course, even the medical profession is saying now that they're getting their medical plan together based on an individual. Now, it used to be across the board that everybody had to meet these numbers, but what they're finding out that everybody is different. We got different genetics, different biology, we live in different demographics, and all this affects your health. So again, it is the same way with the Breatharian journey. It's not going to be just one flat line path for everybody, but once you learn how to work with your genetics, your biology, everybody does work with energy. That's one thing that we know for sure. Yourself, but take the knowledge that fit you at where you're at, so you can better your health to keep the flow going, so you can avoid a lot of these things that they call preventable diseases. So again, this place is called the Mystic Journey, and this is right here in Venice, California. So every Thursday, if you're ever here in this area, you could just Google it now, and it will show you where we'll be located. So we'll keep this energy, this frequency pumping out into the atmosphere, into the people. And again, even when we was out this morning during our Qigong, we automatically caught attention. People want to learn more. So we'll be here on the beach many times throughout the week up in Venice Beach, basically doing our morning workout. So again, if you're ever in the area, just stop on by as we keep working with this energy flow. But this is good again, and here come my friend here, Athena StarSeed. She's doing a great job, and we're working as a team. And she actually used to work in the physical health, dealing with the boot camps here.
Boot camps!
But now she's learning more about the energy levels of health and fitness. That's a whole nother ball game.
That's another boot. That's a Pranic boot camp.
That's a Pranic boot camp.
Pranic boot camp. It's a Pranic boot camp.
So eventually, anyway, like I started off this video saying, the physical body has its limits, but the energy goes beyond. That's why even when we're talking about ascension, raising the light body and stuff like this, we mean it. We're working with it. Because the cells themselves work with a high frequency energy called ATP. And we're feeling it. Didn't you feel good this morning?
I felt amazing.
Oh.
But you know what? Go back to when you tell them, I just learned this last night, which is amazing. The base chakra is the body, which is your interface to this dimension, which, I'm going to take this off. We have a responsibility to be able to respond.
This is the first chakra.
So the first chakra, we want to take the body for a walk like a dog.
Exactly.
We want to stretch the body and do yoga. We want to feel the energy and do the Tai Chi.
This is energy.
Because this is our interface.
This is the interface. If
this is corroded, we don't get reception.
This is the gateway to the invisible.
The gateway.
The gateway. So when we talk about spirituality, that old way is off. The gateway, your physical. So the more you work on this physical body, this interface, to get the equipment strong where it can hold more light, hold more energy.
Hold more light.
That's what we're talking about.
That's the point. And that's why, like, it's great that I had the foundation in fitness to go to the next level of prana.
Yeah.
Because if this isn't in tune, you can't go up. You're saying that. You have to 1, 2, 3. You got to get those in tune before you can move up.
Right. So
this will be clogged.
So those who know my teachings, the first 3 chakras, remember I kept saying that's all you got to worry about.
1, 2, 3.
And these are going to heat rises upward, so it will activate the heart, the throat, the third eye, all the way to the cosmic energies. But until then, this is the first chakra, the physical body.
The first chakra, the physical body. And that's why it's so important what we put in our body. High vibrational frozen light. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like a plant is frozen light. We're crystals of light.
Exactly.
We're frozen light.
Frozen light. It's light, but it's frozen light. It's just slowed down how we started out earlier.
Down,
the atoms slowed down. But we got the power now to what? Speed the atoms up.
And that's how we can digest the light as food. So you're constantly eating. Like today, okay, day 2, no food.
Right.
Day 2, no food. So how is my body? My body's eating. All these little cells are like little mouths. And they're eating the atmosphere. They're eating the sunlight. They're eating this invisible, chi, mana, prana.
Absolutely. And there's going to be physical things taking place. There's no doubt in my mind that the body is going to start getting rid of the weaker cells.
They die off anyway.
They're going to die off anyway.
Naturally.
So it's going to start getting off the weaker cells and start producing stronger cells in order to survive. But the key to this is the meditation and the energy flow, because we're creatures of habit. So we're given another direction on what we want the behavior of the body to do to strengthen these energy sources. Before, we was trying to get it from the fossil fuels. But now we're redirecting the energies to deal with these things that we thought were invisible.
We don't want to eat things that are dead.
Right.
Fossil fuels are dead, like eating dead dinosaurs.
Right. Dead plants and animals.
Right, exactly.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell. So, you know what I'd like to suggest is that we do the microcosmic orbit at sunset.
Oh, absolutely.
Since we did the Qigong at sunrise.
Right. Oh, see, she's addicted now. You see this energy? But that's the workout. That's
where here's the crystal. Our bodies are frozen crystals. They're vibrating crystals of light. And you can feel, when you're sensitive, you can touch a crystal and you can feel the vibration. There's piezoelectricity. You push it in and it has the ability to charge light. Exactly. Caveman's flashlights were like 2 crystals. They'd rub them together and they'd illuminate.
Oh, exactly.
And our bodies illuminate like the saints. When you pressurize and you alchemize the body, you start to glow.
Right. Now look at this. Before you came in here, I was showing them this place that every Thursday, once a month, we'll be teaching here.
Right here.
So you'll be with us as we're not only teaching this knowledge, but we're also going to be doing some wonderful energy exercises.
Right.
That's what it's all about. When you will have an experience with your own energy, and not only that, you see the information we just putting out on this level, we go deep. I mean, we was up to like 3:30 in the morning. Right. It wouldn't stop.
And this is the thing, is when the energy's streaming, for example, if you've ever been an artist or a writer or a painter, you'll get lost in the inspiration. 8-9 hours will go by, you won't eat. You won't feel it.
You won't even?
Or like in college, I would do a monologue. I'd lock myself in a black box and I'd run the monologue and I'd come out and I wouldn't know what time it was. And like 9 hours would go by and I'd be lost in this imaginary world because I have so much inspiration flowing through me that you're eating off of a different source.
Absolutely. And you remember I said when you're doing things in your life that you really enjoy, you forget to eat.
You forget to eat. But you're eating.
Right. But you're eating another source.
Another source.
So let's make that plain. You're eating another source, which is basically happiness.
Happiness and
joy. See, you can't measure that on no computer like that. No. Love, happiness, joy. That's something else.
The absence of fear, worry, depression, anxiety. All the compressed energy is unexpressed God creativity. So if you want to solve depression, get a paintbrush and paint and express yourself.
Absolutely.
If you want to solve poverty, you can write yourself your own check and start giving away money.
Absolutely.
See what I'm saying? When I feel poor, I give, and the universe always gives me back tenfold. So you take that polarity and you use that alchemy.
Right.
So you just take the opposite. Anger would be peacefulness, and you focus all your lifetrons on peacefulness.
That's why we said it's all about redirecting energy.
Redirecting.
See, we was taught on the other thing, I'm going to kill my ego. Well, you're planning on killing yourself.
Right.
Just redirect the energies that's in yourself. Because that serpent is in all of us, and it just represents power. It don't represent good or evil. That's the thing we give it on how we direct it.
Right, and that's the thing. So when I do tarot readings, usually I'll use the major arcana. They're 22 cards. You'll go through 22 lessons in the human condition to remember who you are, to blossom like a lotus. When you get to the chariot card in the tarot, you have your soul that has to now take first position. The ego has to come out of the driver's seat, and then you got the 2 dogs or the 2 horses that pull the chariot, and that's going to be good, bad, light, dark, in, out, up, down. You have to balance. The soul, using the heart as the navigation tool, balances, and then it can direct the ego, the mind. The mind is useful. The ego is useful. It can do a to-do list. It can do your banking. It can set up a mission statement.
And we started out talking about the root chakra is the physical body. Now, before we was writing that off as being bad, the ego. That ain't got nothing to do with spirituality. It's useful.
It's integrated.
It's,
The whole thing is, first of all, we're in a hologram, so you can't disassociate and cut off a body part and fractal out yourself. You have to remember yourself, reassemble. So you have a body, you have a soul, you have a mind, you experience emotions. Oh, talk about how the body is the first interface layer, and then the bodies go out like this.
Exactly.
Remember how you were saying, like a flower?
See, we've been taught, it's all about education again. Our 7 major chakras, and we keep coming upwards.
Upwards.
We understand that. However, they're coming outwards. That's why right now we're
That's
changing
the
it
dolls.
by saying the physical body is the root chakra. See,
Right.
the whole thing is. So you can see if somebody's root chakra is open or closed based on how their physical health is.
Right.
And then the second chakra comes outward like an onion.
How their relationships
How
are.
the relationships, your personal relationships.
My relationships are getting better.
This is awesome, ain't it? And the thing about it, that also means people in your workplace, everybody in your world, that's dealing with your second chakra. So if your root chakra, if you're feeling good health-wise, healthy physically, it's harder for people, you feel better with your personal relationships.
Right. It's hard for you to get knocked off balance or lose your temper or become irritable. But if you have a pain in your knee, you can get irritable easy. Or
Right.
if you haven't nurtured yourself with enough sleep or enough meditation, you can get off center. If you're overgiving and you're undergiving to yourself, you're out of balance, and then you lose yourself, and that's when you lose your emotions.
Exactly.
They drag you around.
They drag you around. And see, we're just not making this up because we got computers now and technology that will actually show you the human energy field coming outwards, and the heart extends the furthest out.
That's so powerful.
That's powerful. So that's why we know they come outwards instead of going up in the body, and that's what people's having this hard time. And then when you get to your solar plexus, just don't look here, it's actually coming out this way. And that deals with clarity of thought. That's why when most people do go on a fast, they say, I was able to think more clearly.
Clear mind. And this is important too because, okay, so if you're clogged up with food and you're not being able to think clearly, you can't make gut instinct choices, and you might make lower vibrational choices. And this is why people make fear choices away from. I don't want to be lonely, so I'll just date anybody. I don't want to, be broke, so I'll just take any job. I don't want to. They're moving away. When we're saying redirect and move towards, how can I feel more connected to myself? How can I feel more connected to my purpose? How can I feel more connected to my earth and my environment?
Exactly. And it's all right here. All the power you need is right here. But it's about you getting educated again. That's why it's so important that we're teaching this. And so if you want to open up, like what a person says, what can I do for my emotions? Well, look at your physical body. I'm looking at your emotions.
Right.
Lose some weight. Start meditating.
Walk.
Build up your energy.
Walk.
That's how you deal with your emotions.
You know what I used to say in boot camp? Somebody would be like, I can't work out. Heart disease runs in my family. And I said, no. Nobody's running in your family. That's the habit pattern. There's no exercise.
There's no
habit.
exercise.
And I'll tell you something. One of the things that my dad, bless my father, I really love my father, he had a habit pattern of waking up in the morning and running 2 to 4 miles. And we were in back east. So whether it snowed, we ran. In the rain, we ran.
Right.
My dad had this habit pattern of waking up at 6 a.m. when it was dark and getting out there like Rocky and running.
Yeah.
And I learned that discipline, and that taught me how to run a marathon later on in life because we had to train in the rain. Because they're like, oh, it's raining, we're not going to run. What if it rains on the day of the marathon?
Like they say, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. This is the tree.
The tree of life.
That's what it's all about.
So discipline.
It's the same thing.
Discipline cultivates the energy up. In and up, because if you have your body in tune and you know you need to take it for a walk and you need to set those habit patterns that give you higher reception, you're going to make clearer choices in your gut.
It's all making sense. So that's why we say all you got to do is take care of the first 3, and that heart chakra to come out the furthest, it got the help and the support of those first 3 energies coming
and it'll
up.
bring you what you need.
And it will bring you what you need.
Not always what you want, but it'll definitely bring you what you need, and it'll bring you what's required, because we get born with our batteries included. The kingdom of heaven is already within. You want to read your life contract? Be still.
There it is.
Look inside. See yourself. See yourselves. Be clear.
Absolutely.
And then you can come out here, and then you want to be in service.
So again, this is why we say the Breatharian is basically a holistic lifestyle. Holistic, look at that word, whole.
Whole.
one.
Holy.
Physical body, emotional body, mental body, spiritual body. This is all the same package. I'm looking at a spirit.
Right.
You're looking at a spirit.
Right.
It ain't somewhere. Where are you? Now we understand. We expand outside of ourselves.
Right.
You understand? We're bigger on that level, but it starts here with this interface.
Yes.
This is the root in order to
So-
be in this realm.
So back again to how do I fix my emotional back and forth, high and low tides? You're saying get your body in check,
Yeah.
eat clean, eat lighter, and exercise every day.
Master yourself.
And that brings me back to like, oh my gosh, I'm back here all the way back full circle as a personal trainer. You mean everything I was doing was already on point? Yes.
Right. Yes.
Here I am. Athletes do the basics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We do crunches, we do calisthenics, we do push-ups. Again and again, no matter how advanced you are as an athlete, you always return to the basics.
Now look what she said now. This is basically a breatharian. It's an energetic athlete.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's an energetic athlete.
That's good.
So when I talk about me meditating, when I started out with the microcosmic orbit. I did it like an athlete. So that's why when people come back to me, have you been meditating lately? Well, no, I dropped that and this and that. You're not an athlete. You're not an energy athlete.
Right.
If
You're a weekend warrior. That's what we used to call you.
That's all that's happening.
You eat
You're not
7
going to
days
be
a week,
sustained.
and maybe one day you go to the gym.
So this should make you want to, if you want to go to these levels. Understand that you're lifting energetic weights.
So I picked him up. He doesn't eat. He's not drinking. And as soon as he comes back, he's like, oh, I got to do my calisthenics. I got to do my exercises. And he's doing against gravity. He's doing his body. He's working out. And then this morning we woke up. We walked 2 miles. We did our qigong.
Right.
No food.
Right.
3 hours of sleep.
Right.
Channeling the
This
light.
is awesome, ain't it?
Eating the sun.
We're living this.
Planting seeds of sunshine.
Living this. Absolutely. And it's
Miracles are happening every day.
because we understand we're living in this field of energy. We're challenging it. We woke up.
We woke up.
This is what all it's dealing with.
Yeah, don't go back to sleep.
Don't go back to sleep.
Once you get awake, like don't keep hitting the snooze button. You're going back to sleep. Like how many snooze buttons do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 30 years? How many people got the Post-it note and keep hitting the snooze button?
That's what's happening. Slowing down the atoms again. That's what we're talking about, going to sleep. All you're doing is densifying yourself.
Density. Yeah, yes.
So that's why we even on the revolution, humanity is waking up because more and more people is learning about leaving the meat alone. What that is just a heavier frequency than all the other
It's heavy.
foods.
It's heavy. You can feel
Very
it.
heavy.
You can feel it. Like if you ever slip on a steak, I always say to my clients, good, eat it, enjoy it, feel it. Now think about how long that's going to take to digest. And they're walking around moaning, I'm tired, I got to sleep on the couch, I don't have any energy.
Right.
And like I have like a green drink, and I'm ready to go. I got tons of energy. I still haven't had anything solid. I'm moving.
Right.
I'm moving.
Moving is in it because we're designed to move.
We're designed to
That's
move.
why we got that saying called a couch potato. It happens.
Right.
Got the remote in your hand. We
You
could
start
have got
looking like a
too
potato.
comfortable.
You have the metaphysical energy of a potato.
Right. That's what's happening. So all we're doing is work with where you at. We ain't telling you to go run a marathon tomorrow. It takes time to work up to that.
And that's important because a friend of mine, Bill Bell, who spoke at one of my boot camps at the graduation, he had a heart attack at like 49, and the doctor said, you need to start walking, and you need to lose some weight. So he said, can I walk 1 mile a day? He says, see how you feel. He walks 1 mile a day. Goes back to the doctor a couple weeks later. Can I walk 3 miles a day? He says, yeah, go ahead and do it.
Right.
This guy in his 50s started training for an Ironman.
That's awesome, ain't it?
And he did like 16 Ironmans, starting training in his 50s.
Right.
And he could pick me up over his head, and he was like 65 by the time I met him.
Now listen at that story. What he did was he opened back up his root chakra. Just by
Ding,
walking.
ding.
He didn't go start praying. Somebody pray for me, heal me. No, you go open up your root chakra. And then he was able to do all that other stuff.
Yeah, God wants us to work with the energy.
Right.
So may I have the mind of God, the fortitude of God, the will of God, the voice of God, the ears of God, the hands of God, the feet of God. We want to channel the light,
Right.
and be the emissaries of that light and be good stewards of the light.
And this is how you know you got the mind of God. We're living a life where there's no disease, no sickness, no pain, no suffering, no poverty. That's the mind of God.
Okay, I want to do a little report. So I did a 40-day liquid fast, like when we started this on 1.
Yeah.
We had a first Breatharian. You can look at Pranic StarBody Retreat, Lecture 1. I had just come off that. I was radiating. And then I went in and out of the intermittent fasting. And I went from no pain in my joints, no stiffness, and I am in my 49-year model.
Voila.
And I started getting stiff. And
Yeah.
it was noticeable when I had to get up, I had to go slow, I had to do this,
Right.
And I was like, correlation, reverse engineered, what happened? I just ate a big meal.
Mm-hmm.
And now, 30, 40 minutes later, I'm stiff in my joints. Mucus.
That's your own. That's science.
Mucus. That's
your
mucus.
body was a
Mucus.
laboratory, and you did the work. You connected it.
Thank you.
A lot of people's not
Thank you.
connecting
We
it.
have to connect what we ate and how we feel. And I used to, in boot camp, I had a journal. I'd write down little smiley faces from totally depressed and
Sound
sad
familiar, don't it? Journal.
to totally happy. And I say, okay, write down your food and write down how you feel and write down what you did for your soul. 3 things. Correlate. Oh, I ate crappy. Oh, I felt crappy. Oh, I didn't do anything for my soul. I did everything that I like a slave. You have to do this. You have to do this.
Right.
So are you a king? Are you free? Are you
Right.
liberated? Or are you a slave?
That's what
are
it's
you
saying.
in a prison?
Right.
Is your body a prison
Right.
or a palace?
Or a palace. That's what it boils down to.
Palace
from,
Athena.
From slavery to mastery. You're either going to be one or the other. And these denser energies will enslave you. There's no way around it.
The wind's agreeing with you. Did you feel that wind pick up?
Oh, that was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, the wind just
Voila.
corresponded to the song. So we have a retreat on 11/11 in
Right.
the City of Angels.
Awesome.
And we're going to be taking people through the pranic process, which I'm going to be going through. Like right now, I'm 2 days with no food, just liquids, okay? And not even any fruit smoothies. I'm just doing cacao.
She jamming too.
Water and cacao, and that's it. And I'm feeling really good. And I'm also witnessing, you know, if I get like a little hunger pain, am I bored? Am I emotional? What do I need? Am I hungry? And actually, when I ask myself that, I'm really not hungry.
Right.
I'm in a habit pattern of thinking, what time is it? Do I have to eat? Or like, what do I do with my time now that I'm not going to eat at that time?
That's what it's doing.
Free time. What do I do?
Right. What do you
Redirect.
do? Redirect the energy.
So we're going to eat our qigong. Talk about that. Our
Oh,
meals.
man. This is awesome, ain't it? And that's why meditation comes in. Channeling that energy. And then also, like when you started out earlier, get out the paintbrush. Start doing things you never did. Write new songs. Write new books. You can start being creative and rechannel that energy. You'll forget all about eating. And the ideas that will come in those things,
High ideas.
there'll be higher ideas than the ideas you can ever think
On
of.
a full stomach.
On a full stomach.
100%.
100%.
100%.
That's why they say your gut is your what? Second brain or whatever, but we say it's your first. You get the gut feeling. But you'll start getting some genius ideas from lightening up your diet and being food free that's out of this world. I do it all the time. I amaze myself, you know, because I'm such a genius on some of the ideas I come up with, you know?
Everybody has a genie plane.
Yeah.
Once they get past the 3rd chakra.
Mm-hmm.
There's a genie plane where you rub the lamp
Right.
and the magic comes out and thoughts become things, and now you're interfacing, you're playing with the user-friendly reality.
Absolutely.
You're in the dream and you're dreaming as the dreamer character.
You're dreaming. Because keep in mind, a person who's living in physical reality and think this is all there is, they're living in a nightmare.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Powerful, ain't it?
Well, that if you're suffering, you're at the effect. If you're in joy, you realize you're at cause. And when you're at cause, you can shift and get the highest perspective to the level of your allowing of the frequencies that you're vibrating at. And so you want to have a high mind. God, think my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Love myself.
Whoa.
Love other people.
And I like how you, when you was doing the, when you told me when you're talking to a client, one of the questions you asked them, are you willing to take 100% responsibility
100% responsibility.
for your reality?
And sometimes they hesitate and they go, yes. And sometimes they go, yes. And sometimes they go, uh-uh.
And you have to grow into that, because there was a time I didn't want to do that.
I didn't want to do it either because I was like, you mean my broke bank accounts because of me?
Yeah. Did
What?
I do that?
I have lack of imagination. What?
They did it on Wall Street. They did it to me. They don't even know my name.
Right. And I met somebody that said, you know, like, there is no bad economy.
Right.
There's no bad. Poverty is a mental consciousness.
It's a state of mind.
It's a state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Happiness is a state of mind. Health is a state of
Right.
mind.
That's something, ain't it? Health is a state of mind.
That's deep.
And that's all one and the same.
That's deep.
That's deep.
That's deep.
Meditate on that. That's what it's about. Contemplate on some of these things we see. That will get you stronger, because you're reprogramming all the cells in your body to think and get this new idea.
So if you would like to manifest money today, okay, I'm going to give you guys all a little experiment, okay? Don't take our belief system. Try it on yourself and experience it and feel your vibration increase. If you'd like to make more money or double your income, which I've done, which I feel really good about,
Right.
I eat less, I make more money. Why? Because I'm more creative.
You're more creative.
And I know how to say, okay, well,
The
what would it take to live in a $5,000 a month house?
Right.
My imagination. Well, if I did Airbnb, if I did a retreat, if I gave so many readings, how many readings a day would it take to make a certain thing, to have a budget, to live a certain lifestyle? Now I'm asking my neocortex the right questions. What if? How can I?
Yeah.
Instead of I can't, it's not, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
A whole different ball game.
Better questions, better solutions.
And then let's put it
Better
like
innovation.
this. I used to see people that say, I need to get caught up on my bills, so they take on this extra job or take on this, and they're not paying attention to their health. So they're doing all this thinking they're getting ahead by taking on these extra things to get money, but when the body gets sick, you missed all those days anyway. You did it for nothing. So your health is related to wealth.
Absolutely. Most multimillionaires, they wake up the first thing before the sun and they move their energy. Why? Because if you have like a pump in my pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the pump is moving, the energy doesn't get full of green algae.
Right.
You're moving the energy, the flow is increasing.
Just move the energy.
The innovation is accessible.
Right. And then when you get to the point where you really get powerful, even though we're using that term money, because that's what most people want to hear.
Currency.
It's currency.
Flow.
So then you start you can skip the money and get the thing that you desire. It will come to you. Don't worry how you get there.
You and your desire become one.
They become one.
You're not separate anymore.
Right.
You're not trying to get something outside of you. You're becoming something inside of you
Right.
that gets exteriorized.
As soon as you think of it, it's come.
And the mirror.
Like the guy we was talking
It's
to
the
earlier,
hologram.
he came here and he met somebody who gave him basically all the furnishings
Right.
from his house, for his house. It wasn't about the money, they gave it to him.
He felt he took the risk to come out
Hold
here
this
with
for a second.
nothing. He came out here with nothing. He felt the need. And the universe filled in his entire apartment. Somebody moved from Morocco, gave him all new furniture. And then she hands him a guitar. And oh yes, he's a guitar player. So now he's got a free guitar and she signs the back of it. And he was today, after receiving the guitar, playing. And we listened to guitar music all morning.
Oh yeah, so that wasn't about the money again.
No, it was about being in the flow of abundance.
Of abundance, that's
It'll
what we're
come
talking
to you
about.
when you're open.
Yep.
If you don't have a clog, the flow will flow.
Absolutely. Oh, this is awesome, ain't it?
The flow will flow.
And this all goes with the Breatharian journey again. Again, when you're on the Breatharian journey, how do you know you're on it? How do you know you're being sustained by prana? First step is when the root chakras open, you feel better health-wise.
Right.
Your relationships will strengthen themselves. You'll have more cognitive thinking. And then your fourth chakra, which is the heart, you're looking at the world as being a paradise. You're looking at the world as being,
Magnetism.
you don't see the negativity.
No.
You don't see it because all the chakras is open. Why should you see a negative? And then when your throat and your pineal glands start opening up, your desires start getting fulfilled quick. All the time. You don't
It's like you're ordering from the universe, the inner internet. Like you want to order on Amazon, just order on your inner internet. And like you were saying this morning, you're going to get delivered things that are beyond your wildest imagination. If that guy planned to go to like IKEA and try to get a budget and shop for furniture, like he didn't know he was going to get a guitar and a whole furnished house.
He didn't know that.
He didn't know that.
But he let go. He
let
trusted
go.
himself, trusted the universe.
It all came in.
Oh man, and see me, I could tell you so many things I go through, but it's not no miracle no more. I understand who I am. That's all that is. It's supposed to happen like
It's
that.
supposed to happen. All right, I'm going to go back to work. You guys enjoy. Please subscribe to his channel. It's amazing. If you're in the City of Angels, on Thursday, November the 7th, we're going to be doing a lecture series. It's for $35. It's an hour and a half. We're going to do music. You're going to do a guided meditation. We're
Right.
going to give a satsang to be in the field. And let me tell you something. I can feel the energy coming off of the body. It's like if you get out of the cloud and you're standing underneath the sun, you can feel the beams of light. You can
Right.
palpable feel them. So being in
You
person
can feel it.
is different than just getting the bump on streaming.
Whole different ball game.
Whole different ballgame.
And this place again, like we got like holidays like Christmas coming up, New Year's. So we're even going to plan things like that so people don't have to do the traditional.
We're going to rewrite
Right.
all of the traditions. So first we're going to start with, well, we started with Halloween a little bit. So we didn't do a traditional Halloween. So my daughter did not go trick-or-treating. Next thing we're going to start Thanksgiving, a food-free Thanksgiving for thankfulness.
Oh, absolutely.
We're
Of
going to eat
yourself.
gratitude.
Absolutely. That's it.
And then for Christmas, maybe we'll do a retreat over Christmas and give ourselves as the present to the universe.
Instead of going out partying and doing the other things,
Or
you'll have
spending
another party
spending a bunch of money
of like-minded people.
Be present. Like, wouldn't you rather somebody pay attention to you than just give you something material?
That's what it's all about.
This is like this is what most people want. Like, why do I have to have a gift to interface
Right.
this constant flow? Because most people are depressed. We have an epidemic of depression and separation. And what can solve that is being present with your partner, present with your friends. Be that gift. And then on New Year's, we're going to rewrite New Year's.
And even though this technology is useful on some levels, it could get abused. It is separating people, making them not having that interaction with other people because they're having interactions.
That's why we're doing retreats.
That's why
we're going to start Pranic centers. We're going to have centers on 7 continents. We're going to start one here in California. And we're just going to use my house right now as a model, but we already know we're going to have a vision for a property that you can come anytime during the year and stay 1 to 3 months, soak in the energy,
oh, absolutely.
go replicate,
that's the
and
easy
start
part.
your own Pranic village.
Right.
Because that's the future, living on sunlight,
and,
upgrading the energy.
And as we say this is easy to build.
Easy.
No problem.
Easy. All creation, all love, all light, all blessings. So November the 7th, tune in for that. And also to the retreat on 11/11. We still have a couple spots left. And if you want to do that, that's awesome. We also have one just November 25th through December 1st. That's the Thanksgiving weekend. So if you want to hang out, bring your sleeping bag. It's going to be,
And we're going to take this
very
energy
intimate.
higher. So when people be around you, they can say, I feel their energy. That's how you want to be. A walking, living, talking, high frequency energy walking around. Tuning for it in this plane.
Tuning for
You
it.
don't need the external instruments no more. You are it.
In.
Oh,
tune
man.
Tune in, tune up, tune in. It's like the opposite 60s, tune out. No, tune in.
But it takes work again.
Into your own resonance.
Absolutely. So right now she's about to do her thing and I'm about to go walk the boardwalk. So again, we enjoyed y'all.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful world.
So we'll be here at the Mystic Journey on December the 5th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. You can call the Mystic Journey or you can look up mysticjourney.la and tune in and find out the reader schedules. You can find out the crystals they have for sale, the conscious books, and you can come out and see us live. We'll be here once a month.
Absolutely. See you soon. Peace and blessings.
Stay tuned.
Shalom.
Shalom.